don't know, but I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight.
Tonight, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded in the end zone.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On first down, it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete on the...
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you model him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 40.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 14 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Looking to throw. Schultz. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because just sometimes you need the time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Take out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 10.
To throw again, Schultz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with third and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A 24-yard attempt.
Rosau's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
At their own 25-yard.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And out across midfield down to the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Darnold from the gun. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
13 yards. First down, Chicago.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw.
David Montgomery.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
At the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They run. Peterson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
For the ball carrier.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
He's brought down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
To go.
Operating from the gun, Schultz. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation. That's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at at their own 20.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On second down, Montgomery. Not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Ball carrier.
The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Montgomery. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Again, the ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Chicago.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And the Bears first down.
Here's Darnold. And he finds Montgomery complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Darnold. Yeah, he's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
On 1st and 10, Schultz. That'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing again. Schultz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown.
Lining up for the extra point.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look at that. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's a screen to Powell. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the Bears take over. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And some room to run now. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off? And it is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking. A lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
And he's made the most of it to this point. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Oh, that was dangerous. Thrown into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Darnold.
Will get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
But he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 22 yards there, a first down.
Chicago.
Again, Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again is Darnold. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football.
The pass. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
54-yard attempt.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
6-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 30, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listen to history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Darnold now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start the drive with Peterson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the gun on third down, Schultz. He's got a man. That's caught left sideline. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now it's Darnold. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
Well, now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
You got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See who can drive the bus here again on this drive. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Peterson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
He's taken down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night?
2 yards on the
It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. From the gun, Schultz. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
to number 8.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Bears first down.
Now Darnold over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Bears.
Darnold to throw again. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
To David Montgomery.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. They run with Peterson. He's been busy tonight. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
To throw on 2nd down. Schultz firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Schultz, throw left side, complete. That's Barnett. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? They're going to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. opens things up for you.
And goal to go.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. From the gun, Schultz dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Lions add on to their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Rosas good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded in the end zone.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And this will be caught by Mooney.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
6 at the 29-yard line.
And firing a deep ball for...
He's got him in. Complete.
You always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job with the defensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
That one goes for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Darnold. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Darnold's pass.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Back to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A 21-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Is good.
And this is back down to a 7-point game.
Lions,
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free than what they're trying to get done on offense.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun. Schultz. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down 27-20. Just over a minute 40 to play. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10.
Darnold now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The 45-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barnett, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice. So this one's over. It's a